What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Very exciting video today. I'm finally back out here at the Big Woods logging property. Have not been here since June when we hung that tree stand way back there on the mountain, left that one trail camera out, did a little bit of work, I guess you could say. But now the work starts. Now the puzzle starts. We're gonna try to find some pieces of the puzzle today. Just doing some scouting, putting some cell cams out there, maybe even do a little night sit if I have time, but I'm gonna show you guys in the truck what I have and kind of our game plan for today. If you guys are interested in following me on this journey to try to kill this massive deer, definitely hit that subscribe button. Be sure to drop a like on the video, would appreciate that. This is gonna be really, really tough, but I'm up for the challenge. Let's get started. So these are 3.0s. I got 4 of them, got some extra battery packs, SD cards. I have another camera in my pack already, ready to go. 2 extra battery packs in there. All the camera stuff, bow and arrow in case we see a big buck. But way back there, guys, way back about there, the back mountain. So excited to get out here. We're probably gonna work this ridge, keep an eye out for sign. We're gonna try to find some sign. Like I said, I got 6 cameras. So we're gonna drop a couple cameras along this ridge, kind of hunt our way, still hunt our way, all the way back to that back mountain. It's the middle of the day, super, super windy. These deer are probably hunkered down in the thickets. I think today's a great day to kind of get some scouting done and at least get these cameras out. Got an army. Already got 1 in there, so 2, 3. I think I can only get 4 in there in this little compartment. Maybe not, maybe only 3. This is easily, like, how much does this weigh? Oh, and my camera gear. I don't even know where I'm gonna put that. It's fine. Wow. Oh my God. Oh man. I'm almost tempted to leave 1 camera. Right kind of in this transition. That looks real good. Right through here, but I think we'll keep going. You know, we're so close to the truck. We could leave 1 here on the way back. That's a good sign though. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about right here. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Do we leave 1 camera in here? Alrighty guys, I don't think you can see him, but I just bumped a decent buck. I was up high there. Come down through this brush again, right on this transition zone. He's right down. Working that flat right there. I don't know if that's what made that rub, but this is a major runway right here too. That's a good sign now. That was a good buck. Looks like a really big 1.5-year-old. 6 point maybe, basket 8. But guys, look at this runway right here. This is a real good trail. got this chunk of brush. I think this is right where they're crossing on the uphill side. You can see the run come right through here. I gotta get a camera right here, I think. I think this is a pretty good pinch point right here. Should be good to go here, wrap this up, and keep going this way. Pop right out on this road and head down. I got a spot at the bottom of this road where I know I'm gonna put a camera. This is where that big one was back in March. And they go right through there. Oh yeah, it's getting used. Look at that. You guys see the tracks? They come right through here. Looks like some are coming down and some are coming from the main trail. So I'm kind of trying to think here what I should do for a camera. Usually I put the camera down there and I face it uphill. But if they're coming right through this gap and immediately, you know, taking that transition up the mountain, I don't want to miss these deer. So let's think about this. I'm tempted to go grab that camera because there's this trail that comes down diagonally. I think that camera would miss those, and honestly the ones that come across that drainage ditch, as long as they filter this way anyway, you know, that trail that we're trying to get with that camera is this same trail. So I think I'm better off putting the camera on that tree right here, facing it downhill and just covering this nice big open gap. Perfect. This whole funnel right here, top of this brush, this whole woodlot, it all shrinks right through here. Then they go over to the drainage ditch, and again there's that diagonal trail coming through that upper transition, runs right through here too. So it's a beautiful camera. I'm excited for that one. Gotta make sure it's on. Yeah, good to go. Again, you guys gotta look for stuff like this. Big woodlot and just this little clump of brush here, and they're just running right off the edge. I think this same trail will go down and connect where we got the camera. That's a good sign now. Oh, scrape. We got scrapes, guys. Look at that branch right there. Wow. Talk about luck. Two scrapes in here. Well, I got the camera right over there. Do I use up another one and put it here? I guess I have to. Definitely excited about this one, guys. Right on that scrape. Just coming down from the upper mountain. He probably hits that scrape, comes down around this bend, works where the other camera is, maybe goes down through the brush over there. My tree stand's across the way, probably straight this way, kind of on the lower third of the back mountain over there. That's where that big giant one was running that mountain bench trail. So who knows, could be the same buck, but this is a good sign, guys. We're you know, we're getting these cameras out, we're finding some stuff, but this is it, man. This is this saddle between this big mountain and that big mountain. Somewhere in this valley is where we're gonna kill this big buck. This might be kind of a transition zone. Hopefully there's a couple runs I just couldn't see, kind of cutting across the face of this before it gets really steep, right where the woods kind of start again, from like here up. That's really, really steep. So I don't know how to put one somewhere. Got a nice little open area. Hopefully anything's just kind of coming across the foothill. Well, I should say the upper foothill. There's like a few more benches that go all the way down, but I don't know. I feel kind of good about this. We'll see what happens, but time to actually go get in the stand. You can see that trail right there. Stand right there. I gotta go change the batteries in that camera though. I'm gonna leave this stuff here. Not today, but maybe tomorrow we'll go explore this hillside to the south. I was really disappointed. I was hoping to see a big scrape there again, but that's all right. Okay. Wow, perfect height. I guess I could just bring that whole thing up there. I don't know what I left up there for like spikes. Shoot. Ugh. I'm tempted to move this week up the mountain to that saddle where that scrape is. We'll see what type of pictures we get. I need a screw-in spike for right here. Alright. Shoot right there. Really nice space down there for rifle. Freaking giant scrape, and everything's hitting it. Everything's hitting it. I could probably hang a stand right in one of these trees. I could bring a stand back here. Probably just pick any one of those, and man, I gotta get a camera right here. I think I'll use this little tree over here maybe. But is this a deer run? That's a major run, guys. That is an epic deer run. Do you see that? So we got a major run coming up out of here. Couple small scrapes down there. Really active scrape right here. I want to cover this trail. So some way I got to cut this corner off here. If you can see the gradient, the angle's perfect. We're right in line with that scrape, and also just that whole gap. You know, these cameras, these modern day cameras can look pretty far. So if anything kind of crosses that upper trail, I'll probably get it too. That main trail comes right out of the corner of the field here. Scrape, other scrapes down here, so deer will be walking right through here. Man, I can't wait to see what pops up on this. I hope this is a giant, because I know I can get in one of these trees back here. I know I can kill this deer for sure. Hopefully it's a big one. Pulling into the lower property to go do a night sit back at the mountain stand, and there's a nice 8-pointer back there. Not all the way back. So these were the middle cameras that we left on that first day of scouting. Not the one near the scrape, but the one near the drainage ditch. It came right through that little funnel. I'm going to say non-shooter, but it's a nice 2-year-old 8-pointer. It'd be fun to at least go see in person, so. I got in here midday. That scrape is right uphill from here. It's already been $3 on it. None of the giants, but 3 nice 2-year-olds already came in and hit that just in the last 24 hours or so. Gonna hang a stand in this pine tree. It'll be a really, really good gun stand as well. Be able to shoot all the way over there. I don't know if I'm gonna hunt this tonight or go over to the back mountain, but the wind's actually kind of squirrely today. I don't really like it. I think the wind's a little bit better if we hunt the mountain, so. Alrighty guys, interesting start here to day 4. Was just walking in the woods just a little bit. I thought there might have been a cut through trail in there, just so it's a little bit of a less walk to drag a tree stand up in there. And I got into that brush line, just started hearing deer running, grunting, doe bleats, like all sorts of deer noises. It sounded like at least 2 or 3 deer. And I assumed just a hot doe in there with multiple bucks on it. So I ran back here, got the bow as quickly as I could. You guys saw that spike horn come out, but just didn't see the right one. I'm confident that part of that commotion, there was a hot doe pushed into that brush with multiple bucks on it. And those tracks on that trail in the back that we kind of followed for a little, it seemed like the big buck and maybe that doe escaped that kind of out the back there to the south. So it just goes to show you guys. I mean, I got like 6 trail cameras all the way up through that saddle and on the, you know, on the faces of these mountains. So I thought I was getting in here. It's only like 12:30, almost 1 o'clock, like the middle of the day. I'm trying to get in here, you know, nice and stealthy at a perfect point in the day, but peak rut, man, you just never know. So man, that was close. That was close. I was kind of thinking it was all gonna fall into place there. You know, when deer are running like that, when there's a hot doe, the bucks don't even care that you're a human. You saw that spike horn, could have shot him. They really don't care. They're not gonna leave that doe. So I just started walking in there. I figured if I could find that doe, that buck, even if I was right in front of its face, it was not going to go anywhere. So I was hoping just to walk into that brush, find the big buck in there, and have a shot at it. But a little bit of excitement to start the day. I guess the deer are gone now. Like I said, I think they escaped to the south. Spike horn kind of went down through there. I think the rest of them, I kind of thought I heard them blowing way down there to the south. So I guess we're at least in the clear to go hang this tree stand. Let's get that out of the way. Let's get that done. And then I got an extra trail cam, and I want to grab the second one up there in the saddle and actually move it. We're going all the way up there today. I'm going to go to the very top of the mountain. We got a south wind, kind of a southwest type wind. And this back part of the property is kind of protected from the wind today. It's no surprise at all that they were down here low, packed into this little brush, man. It's the perfect setup, so we'll see if we can get this done. Let's get the tree stand done. Let's go move these cameras. And maybe up on top of that mountain, we'll find a big buck. We're gonna have good wind. I'm gonna walk that entire ridge of that mountain into the wind. So we'll bring the antlers. If it's calm enough up there, maybe we'll do some rattling. And yeah, I don't know, exciting start to day 4. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the hunting series so far. Got about a week, man. A week from tomorrow's gun season. So really we have a week to get this done. I really like getting deer with a bow and arrow. I feel like it's fair chase. It's a lot more fun, a lot more challenging. So, 6 more days, 7 more days, I guess, guys. Let's get in there and get this stuff done. All right, guys, little update. Midway through hanging this stand in this tree, got some notifications on the trail camera that's over there on the back mountain, the one that's right up by my tree stand. Well, I found out what was going on. Here's the bigger buck, obviously still glued to the doe. That's the mature doe. That's the bigger buck that probably ran the spike horn off down in the brush. We saw that spike. So what we heard was either the big buck running the spike off or just both bucks, you know, still tending this doe. The bad part though, I mean not bad, but just kind of frustrating. Here's a better picture of him. And I'll actually put this on the screen. A little bit fuzzy, but it does look like a potential shooter buck. Pretty big, heavy deer. You know, sometimes these camera shots don't get all the details in because they're a little bit pixelated, but it looks like it could be an 8 or a 10 pointer, but that's definitely the big buck. Now, I know exactly where these deer are going, so we're going to finish this. Those deer are up on top of that mountain, and we have a south wind. I got to go up there to the saddle and move, you know, maybe both of those cameras that I left up there, or at least just the one. So we're going to go up there, grab them cameras, and we're going to still hunt the rim of this mountain into the wind. And I bet we're going to find those deer. And if we find that buck, as long as we don't spook that doe, we can kill them. Or the buck, I mean, not them. He's not leaving that doe. We go find that hot doe somewhere up on the rim of that hill, and we'll kill it. The other gamble we could take, I could go sneak into my stand, and we'll see if they walk back down that same exact trail they just went up. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to go up to the top and either work their way to the right, work their way a little bit more onto the top, or work their way left. So we're going to go up there and see if we can find these deer and find that big buck. And if we get a clean shot, I'm going to take it. So, and the doe actually went by my saddle camera, which is over there. Actually, that's the midway camera, halfway to the saddle. And you can see almost in the picture, there's mud on the back part of that deer, almost like the buck had just bred it, or at least tried to. So it looks like they actually split. You know, they're together here at 125. At 132, he goes off to the right, and at 140, she ends up over here. So she went northwest, he went south. I think this gives us a chance, though, because if he was still on that doe, we would never get him. He'd be glued to that doe. We'd have to go find the doe. Well, the doe's alone now. So we gotta go find this buck. Unless there's more bucks than I think. Unless this buck here is a different one, and there's like 2 good ones in there. So now I'm torn between going up there and doing that still hunt, or maybe just trying to go sneak into my stand and rattle from there. Hopefully he's within distance of hearing that. I think that's what we're going to do. I think I'm going to go get in my deer stand right over here, right where he walked by about a half hour ago, 40 minutes ago. He can't be too far, and I think we'll rattle from there. See if I can get him to come right back down that same path. This is actually a little bit too far south for my liking, but oh well. There's only one way to go up this mountain. You gotta take their trail. Otherwise, you just fall down the whole hill. But that buck was right down there on that flat, and he angled up, so I bet he's on top of this ridge right here. Not much more than 100, 150 yards south. If anything, if he went up and started walking right, he's about above us right now. So once we get up here in about another, I don't know, 20 yards, we really gotta start watching up there. We might be able to just see us rack over the top of the ridge. I'll tell you what though, dragging a deer out from here, if he's borderline, I'm gonna let him walk. But if he's a nice 8 or 10, we'll see. Alrighty guys, just got this picture. Literally just where we put our tree stand, there's a 9-pointer. And now I'm up on top of the mountain. The problem is we have a really, really bad wind to try to go down there. And that's not a shooter. but it'd be really fun to go see that deer. Actually, look at it. It almost looked like he's been shot. That deer looks like it's maybe been shot before. Right in the... Looks like it's shot low there. Sort of looks that way. It's been about 6-7 minutes since I rattled. Unfortunately, it's just so windy up on here top of this mountain. It's so windy. I don't think that buck was gonna hear. You know, if he's even more than 50 yards away, especially with the wind coming this direction, I just don't think he heard the rattling. So we could go try to get a look at this buck and see if it's limping. If it's limping, or if I can tell in person if it's shot, I'd definitely shoot that deer. Even though it's only a 2-year-old, but I don't know, guys. Maybe we will we'll head down there and try to get a look at this guy. Alrighty, guys, here's the plan. It's been about 30 minutes since I rattled. I don't think anything's coming our way at this point. You know, it's mid to late morning. It's almost noon. The deer have moved up top. Any deer that were working down here this morning, they're up on that ridge. And the ridge over there, just like that other day we still hunted in the snow. You know, all the deer are going to be up top right now, so... Got that camera right there that was on that hot scrape about a week ago. The deer have clearly moved on. The scrape's got tons of leaves in it. I haven't had a picture on that camera besides one little spike in probably 4 or 5 days, so that camera we're going to take advantage of. Then we got the camera over there kind of in that dip, that drainage ditch trail that we've always hunted here for the last few years. But we've moved the camera a little bit farther this way. I'm going to go adjust that. I want that nice and close to where the deer actually jump across that drainage ditch closer to the road, just so we make sure we get all the deer coming through there instead of trying to have it a little more out in the woodlot. So we'll adjust that one. We'll grab this one. We'll head up the hill right to the saddle, and we'll do exactly what we did that other day still hunting. We're going to go right up that corner just like we did, and we're going to work the back mountain right on the rim. We're going to walk right around that ridge just like we did the other day where we found that buck working the ridge down to the south. There's also a camera up in the saddle that just has not been productive, so we're going to grab that camera as well. We're going to leave one of the 2 cameras up there right on the corner, right up on the flat where the ridge kind of starts to break, and then we'll grab one camera and we'll bring it all the way down to where we found that buck the last time, where that nice little piece of land kind of funnels up top. That's the major transition to where all the deer are coming up and down off the top of that mountain. So we'll have this whole back mountain covered. Today's the last day of bow season, so starting tomorrow with all the hunting pressure, all the shooting, I do believe we're going to get more and more deer starting to concentrate from the urban eating areas back to these back ridges, these back mountains where they feel comfortable. And no one's hunting up here, by the way. I mean, a couple people hunt this property, but nobody's hiking back on this mountain. It sucks. It's steep. It's the farthest point of the property, so I do believe our chance of finding a big buck back here on this kind of isolated, quiet mountain, I think that'll increase as the gun season gets underway. So get a few more cameras on this back mountain. That'll probably be our focus. That and that newer spot I found yesterday, that nice funnel on the west side of the property. So move a couple cameras today, do some still hunting, maybe find a good buck. Once we get up there on top, we'll rattle up there as well, see if we can draw something off the top of the mountain. But right now I'm pretty confident everything's up high. Nothing's down low right now. Middle of the day, the snow's melting. I want to get up top, look for some sign, look for some tracks, try to find some deer, adjust some cameras, and hopefully we can get lucky today. I really want to get one with the bow and arrow. Love bow hunting, but may just have to start focusing for rifle season, so. Good 8-point. Just didn't have a good shot. It was a nice 8. Where'd the buck go? Where'd you go? All right. So my plan is I'm gonna go over to where I think I should have blood, and I will leave my backpack there.
Yeah.
And then I will head back and I'll get you.
Where'd you hit him? Where are you?
I'm dead south of the log landing. I went down on the flat.
You took the skid road back?
Yeah, I'm right on the frickin' skid road. I'm just standing by a tree.
Kidding me.
They're just running through these pine trees.
Holy crap, that's funny.
Yeah, I hit the bleat can like 15 minutes ago, and maybe that's why the does came, but the bucks were on the does. So all of a sudden I just saw deer running to my right, and I'm like, what the hell? I didn't even move an inch. I've been like hugging this fat pine tree. I'm like, no freaking way these deer got me. And then I'm like, hold on, that doe, hold on, our deer getting pushed right now. I'm like, oh, there's one. I'm like, oh, that's a rack buck. I'm like,
oh boy.
And then he was behind a tree, and I'm like, well, that's a shit shot, but I got 30-06. I almost just was gonna cut him in half because I could shoot him like right in the middle.
Oh.
And then I'm like, nah, just wait. And then he went left, and I got a shot, and that's when the first one went off. See you, buddy. Little buck. Take it. All right, dude. All right. Well, that was fun. Can't believe he still came through here. Thought he was gonna be bigger than that, but take it. Last day of hunting season. Man, this guy had some really good mass. Would have been a dandy in the future, but man, I've never seen this buck before. They're all cruising. This guy, what a warrior though, man. He must have been in some fights. Broke this, broke that. Broke that. Little 2.5-year-old, I think. He's got pretty good bases. Nice though. Man, it was thick in here. I can't believe we caught up to them. I don't know if that's the track I was looking at before. Yeah, I think that was the track, probably. Alrighty guys, hopefully enjoyed today's video. Crazy season, man. Just so many miles and hours put in up here in the big woods. Yeah, just so many opportunities, lots and lots of 2-year-old bucks let by. Unfortunately hit that limb on that giant 8-pointer. I can still see him in my head right now, but that's the fun of hunting. You know, you don't always come through. Imagine, I mean, just think about it. If every single hunting season you guys came through and had success and got the biggest buck you're after, the biggest buck you've seen all season, it would get boring after a while. You know, I've become addicted to just walking all these miles and being close and not having the success. And then here on the very last day of hunting season, blessed with some snow, a successful track job, got that buck. It was a lot of fun, it was exciting, and Dad's out here to enjoy the memory as well. So a successful hunting season, no doubt about it. Been eyeballing some property in Ohio, some other states. Yeah, I'm prepared to really crank things up. I want to kill giant deer. I think I can do it. And that's what's coming here in the future. If you guys want to check out my bow hunting video, a much larger buck taken with a bow and arrow, the way I prefer to hunt, definitely check that video out. But definitely some more hunting content coming here on the channel. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. I'll see you guys next year.